Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to this special video, which I guess isn't true most of the time, but this time it kind of is. This is going to be me discussing what I think the Dream WrestleMania 32 scenario is at this moment. Now, let me just say, I had it all typed up. I was actually going to release it on the year anniversary of when I put it up last year, which was like January 9th. But my computer updated without telling me, and I never saved that file, so the file that I have all my YouTube stuff on got reverted back to what it was before I had saved it, which had been like a week or two, but it'd probably been like a month or two, because I typically don't save it. I don't think about it unless I click the button to update, but regardless, then we encountered another problem when I was rewriting it, because John Cena got injured. So this is the third incarnation of this Dream WrestleMania 32 card. And honestly, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I mean, what can you do? So there are going to be some matches on here that I know a lot of you aren't going to understand. There are going to be things that I'm not doing on here that you guys aren't going to understand. The card isn't like in super order. I think it's kind of in order of when I was thinking it up. And I didn't bother to shuffling it out of order. I tried to start from the top of the card and work my way down. But then I got to a few people who don't really seem to have an opponent for the card due to all the injuries. This is going to be a longer video. If you haven't already looked at the length, it's probably going to be about 20 minutes at least, I'm thinking. If you don't care that much, I guess don't watch, but hopefully it'll be pretty decent. Hopefully. So I'm going to start the card off, and I imagine I'm going to do it on the pre-show again this year, with the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Oh, before I get started, I only came up with 10 matches, which I guess makes sense. Last year I think they had 10, and then 2 on the pre-show. I don't know which of these matches you'd put on the pre-show, but I guess this would be one of the pre-show matches. And honestly, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale in itself is just a throw together of anybody who's not an important thing at this point. And really, the only guy I think that they're seriously pushing at this point who would deserve to win that would be Kevin Owens. And I know people are going to hate on me. They're going to be like, well, he should be fighting Brock Lesnar. He should be fighting The Undertaker. And just shut the fuck up. Because he doesn't deserve to. I like Kevin Owens. I do. I think he's probably one of the best talkers they got at this point. But no. 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 Okay, seriously. He's not at that point yet. I didn't agree with Bray Wyatt fighting Undertaker last year. Okay, I don't think that Kevin Owens deserves it either. Yeah, the crowd is behind him, but they're behind him like he's a tweener. And he kind of is. So he doesn't deserve to fight The Undertaker or Brock Lesnar. Because he's not at that level yet. Granted, last year what I suggested doing was giving this to Cesaro, and I would stand by that. But then Cesaro got injured. So, I'm sorry, Kevin Owens fans, but it's got to be him winning this. Then I'm going to have my first celebrity involvement match. I don't really have a celebrity match. It's just a lot of part-timers. But I think this one would kind of work out, and granted, the WWE would have to dish out some cash to do this. And that would be Ryback versus Goldberg. Why not? I know the internet doesn't like Ryback. The internet probably doesn't like Goldberg at this point either. But it's Ryback versus Goldberg. You know, Ryback hasn't won at all at WrestleMania. He's like 0-3. I mean, this is friggin' Goldberg. He got Goldberg chance at first. Could you imagine what a good, like, I don't want to say symbolism it would be, but if Ryback could beat Goldberg, it'd be like, I beat the Goldberg chance. Granted, they might continue, they might restart, I guess, because they kind of stopped. But it'd give him something to do. Ryback is a guy who should be fighting for the title. I don't care if you guys don't like him. I don't. I like him. He is hilarious. When he came back, it was when he came back from his injury, I don't remember what it was, last year, well, 2014, before Survivor Series, he came back and he helped the Authority get put out of power, and then he had that promo where he was talking about why he became a wrestler. That. He can do it. He screwed up a couple times, but it was good. It was good. And straight up, I think if you just straight up destroy the Ryback character you have now and start over as him being like a Mortal Kombat type character, it would work. Give him Ryback versus Goldberg. Have him win. Why not? It's going to cost money, but it'd be worth it. WCW fans who are angry that Sting's not there, they'll be okay that Goldberg's there. Just do it. This would probably be the other match that would be on the pre-show. Either this or the next match. And that would be a Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the tag team titles. I don't know if you want to put it in like a ladder match or what. I don't know. I don't really care. But I'm picturing New Day still being the tag champs because there's no reason they shouldn't be. Like Lucha Dragons aren't ready. Just no team's ready. And really, two of the teams in this match are interchangeable. You got the New Day versus the Dudleys versus the Lucha Dragons versus the Primetime Players. If you want to throw the Usos in there, go for it. I guess the Lucha Dragons don't need to be in there. But I figured if you're trying to establish Kalisto and after his big spot... Granted, I feel like we've seen this exact match before. But I'm sure you could spice it up. I'd picture the Dudleys winning this. Because they should. Why not? I know it would hurt, you know, the New Day, the Lucha Dragons, and the Primetime Players. But it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Nobody cares. New Day is fine without belts. They're the most entertaining thing on TV. Why not have them lose it? Why not give them a push? Right? The other match I think could go on the pre-show would be Bray Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I know people online like Dolph Ziggler, and you know what? You're fine to like Dolph Ziggler. I just don't think the company is ever going to get behind him at this point. And you can feel free to argue with me on that one. But after 2014 Survivor Series, when he was the sole survivor, he was the one that got helped by Sting's debut. And then the next month they had him fighting for the IC title. They're never going to push this guy. And I'm sorry to say that. And I don't mean to upset any of you Dolph Ziggler fans, but I just don't think they are. Bray Wyatt, he's kind of been pushed and kind of hasn't been pushed. So I think this match makes sense. Bray Wyatt's a heel. Nothing really to do. Dolph Ziggler's a face. Nothing really to do. From my memory, I don't think they've ever feuded. So why not? I mean, I think the internet would like this feud. You got Bray Wyatt. The internet loves Bray Wyatt. You got Dolph Ziggler. The internet loves Dolph Ziggler. This could be the match like last year the 7-way for the IC title was. This could be that match. Just let them go out there and do their thing. Granted, I see Dolph Ziggler losing this, but that's pretty much for the same reason I see Ryback winning his match. Because Bray Wyatt hasn't won at WrestleMania. You've given him John Cena, you've given him The Undertaker, and he lost. People will argue that he should have won, but it doesn't matter, he lost. Let him beat Dolph Ziggler, he ain't doing nothing. Then I guess I had to do something with the hodgepodge of characters that were still left, and I figured this match made the most sense. You have the League of Nations versus the Family. I can't imagine they're going to disband either of these stables before WrestleMania. Just can't. You don't really have anything for Dean Ambrose worthwhile to do. You don't. You ain't really got anything for the Usos to do unless you throw them into that tag match. There really isn't anything for Rusev to do because his character right now is Bad News Barrett. He's Wade Barrett. Same Wade Barrett he's always been, not doing anything. I can't even... Oh, and Alberto Del Rio. You know what? You're going to need a slow match that people aren't going to care about. As long as the Family wins... Granted, you could have them lose if Dean Ambrose turned heel. I don't want to be that guy saying that, though. So, odds are the Family wins. Woo. Then I have some more part-timers. This was a match they hinted at last year at WrestleMania. I don't see why they don't do it. just almost makes too much sense. Granted, it might not happen now because Nikki Bella's injured, but you might as well do Team Bella versus Team Bestie. And when I say Team Bella, I mean Nikki and Brie, not Alicia Fox, fucker. But you might as well do this match. You might as well. The fans still like Trish Stratus. They still like Lita. They don't like the Bellas. Some of the fans do. You might as well. Because you ain't got anything else for them to do. It actually put 2 Divas matches on the card. 2. I can't even remember the last time WrestleMania had 2 Divas matches on the card. I think last year there was only 1. The year before that there was a Battle Royale. That seems to be the pattern. Just throw all the Divas in a Battle Royale. That'll work. Give them 2 matches. You could actually give them storyline. Which actually leads me into the next match. Which I have penciled in as Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. Now, with that being said, apparently Sasha Banks is injured. Yeah. So, you got 2 choices. You don't really need a story here. I don't think you do, but you should put in a story, and that story could pretty much just be, Charlotte and Ric Flair against Sasha, and isn't she related to Snoop or something? I could have sworn I heard that somewhere. And there you go. You got your part-timer involvement. Not your part-timer. You got your legend involvement. No, your celebrity. I'm fucking this all up. You have your celebrity involvement. You could have a Divas title match at WrestleMania. A one-on-one match. And it could actually be a good match. Granted, I can't imagine they're going to take the belt off Charlotte, so Sasha's still injured, and I guess it could happen. I have Bayley penciled in because you already had Charlotte feud with Paige. You're doing the Becky Lynch story now. You aren't really left with much. You could have her fight. You have her fight Nikki Bella, but you've already done that. Brie Bella is a joke. Then you've already done that one too. Alicia Fox, joke. Tamina is pretty much a joke at this point. There really aren't any divas that actually have an established reputation. So I guess you could pull Bayley up. And I know people are going to say, well, isn't she the NXT Women's Champ or something? You could just bring her up as the NXT Women's Champ. That could be the selling point of this match. Granted, I don't see Charlotte walking out with the title. So at this point, you're probably wondering, with what's going to happen with the 3 part-timers, as I call them, basically the holy trinity of part-timers. You got Triple H, you got Undertaker, you got Brock Lesnar. And really, I wasn't sure what to do with them. I wasn't. Because you'd figure maybe you'd want them all 3 in a match together. Well, you can't really do that. You just can't. You can't have Undertaker fight Triple H. He's done that 3 times at WrestleMania. You can't have Triple H fight Brock Lesnar. He's done that before WrestleMania. He's done that at 3 pay-per-views, and they were all like Extreme Rules matches. So can't do that. Can't have Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker because that feud was settled at Hell in a Cell. What do you do with them? And I think the answer is pretty obvious here. Brock Lesnar versus Sheamus. Yeah, I know. I'm not too thrilled about it. But I think it could work. And hear me out. They both, at this point in their careers, have a very physical fighting style. And just like last year when the match was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the title, and apparently they went stiff and all that crap, you could just do that again here. And Sheamus is a heel who will get heel heat. He'll get booed. There's no way he'll get cheered by anybody in the audience. I mean, he probably won't get booed in seriousness, but the crowd will love it. Granted, I think you have to have Sheamus win this, because nobody is getting the rub of beating Brock Lesnar. Nobody. You gave it to John Cena, you gave it to Triple H, you gave it to The Undertaker. Give it to fucking Sheamus. Why not? What do you have to lose? It's Brock Lesnar. All you need to do is have Heyman come out, cut a promo, be like, oh, well, my client defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania, the one behind the one, 21-1. Boom, he's established again. Oh, he's, what, a 3-time world champion? He's held the title longer than this person, this person, this person. Throw in all the legends you want. Boom, reestablished. Oh, he went to UFC and actually fought people in real life. Sheamus got lucky. Just do it. Now, the last 2 matches, I felt confident with the way they were going. But, okay, obviously, you need Undertaker to have something to do. And you really have two choices, I think, because you can't really put him up against Kevin Owens. You can't do Bray Wyatt again. Can't really do anybody, because everybody's been done to death with Sting injured. I think that was the original plan, but who the fuck knows. Really, the only thing that I think would work would be either Roman Reigns or The Rock. And I get that a lot of people are probably thinking, well, you built up all this time to Triple H versus The Rock. And you did. But realistically, The Undertaker versus Rock makes more sense, I think, because that sets up the main event. So, you could do Undertaker versus The Rock or Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. But you can't do Undertaker versus Triple H. They're the four guys that I have penciled in for the two main events, so to speak. Undertaker versus Triple H can't happen. Either you're going to want Roman Reigns fighting Triple H, The Undertaker, or The Rock. One of the three of them. You got to imagine Roman Reigns is going in as champ or fighting for the title. So, you might as well just do Undertaker versus The Rock. Never happened at WrestleMania. Haven't seen him face off in, I don't know, a long, long time. You set this match up. Who cares how it goes? Really, who cares? Because they're both legends. Just make it happen. I highly doubt the match will be a stinker, because I really just can't picture these two putting on a stinker together. I can't. You have your good match. You got your part-time / legend / celebrity put into the card. You can have him win if you want. You can have The Undertaker win if you want. I guess The Undertaker could lose if he's retiring. Win if he's staying till next year. I don't know. But it's just my thought. Gives The Rock something to do. Gives Undertaker something to do. And then clears the way for the main event. Now, with the announcement that the Royal Rumble match is for the title, you don't really know if Roman Reigns is going in as champ or if he's going to be fighting for the title at WrestleMania. I've heard people saying, you're going to have Roman Reigns versus Triple H, but neither of them are going to be champ. And I say, fuck that. Why would you do that? You have them both in a situation where that could be the main event of WrestleMania. I see no reason why it couldn't be. Why take the title off of them? Why? I say, either have Triple H win it, come in at 30 or 31, because that's something I've been thinking about. Why not just have Triple H say, fuck the rules, I'm Triple H, I'm the boss. And he comes in at 31. Never been done before. Roman Reigns looks like he's defended the belt, and then, the counter starts, and people are like, the fuck? And there comes Triple H. He can win the title. He can go to WrestleMania to fight Roman Reigns as the champ. Or you could have Roman Reigns defend the title, and then Triple H say, you know what? Nobody else can get the job done. I'm going to get the job done. Either way, I'm thinking Triple H has to win. Hear me out. You figure, if Triple H wins, he can hold it, lose it back to Reigns. He can lose it to Seth Rollins. He could lose it to John Cena. I mean, we've seen it a million times. Why not make it for the title? You could have him lose it to a returning Randy Orton. Roman Reigns really hasn't got anybody to feud with right now. So why keep the belt on him in that situation? He'll have nobody to fight after WrestleMania. What, Kevin Owens? Ryback? Bray Wyatt? Like, you gotta be seeing my point here. You might as well just give the belt to Triple H. Make him a 14-time world champion. What's the difference? You'll be like Brock Lesnar was a year and a half ago. Not showing up with the belt. Give the fans more reason to hate Triple H. Because you figure if Seth Rollins can come back before SummerSlam, that could be the SummerSlam main event. Triple H versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And people would buy it. You could have Sting come back. If you really wanted to put the belt on him, which I hope nobody does, you can do that. I think that this is the way the card should go. If you disagree, post in the comments. Maybe you have something else. Maybe you have a matchup I hadn't really thought about, because I've heard about Brock Lesnar versus Batista as a dream match. If only it's happening, but if it could, you could have Ronda Rousey get the okay to show up, have her fight Stephanie. Again, don't think it's happening, but you never know. If you have other ideas for matchups, drop them in the comment box. If you have reasons one of these matches or all of them couldn't work, feel free to drop that in the comment box. Make sure you like the video, because this video has literally gone through hell to get to you. So, you might as well. That reminds me, I have nothing for Kane or Big Show or Mark Henry on this card. Oh, goodness gracious. This WrestleMania is gonna suck so bad. Peace out, home skillets.